One Piece continues its incredible run in the Egghead Island arc as the many mysteries of the world are finally being presented to the fans now. The previous chapter opened up new interesting discussions among the fans regarding the life of the former warlord of the sea, Bartholomew Kuma. At the same time, fans also got to see Bonnie's connection to him build ever so slightly, while the drama on Egghead among the Straw Hats and the bodies of Vegapunk was explored further. Perhaps one of the biggest shocks came towards the end of the chapter when Vivi was seen alongside Wapol and Big News Morgans. One Piece 1075 will most likely be focused on one or several of these characters. One Piece 1075, The Traitor on Egghead. In the previous chapter, Oda brought to light the strange happenings on Egghead Island even more. For those who don't remember, a few chapters ago, the Frontier Dome started malfunctioning when the CP0 arrived on the island for some reason. Although it was initially assumed to be the doing of Vegapunk, it was soon made clear that this was actually not Stella at all. In fact, according to Shaka, the Frontier Dome is still working against them and, at the same time, the body of Stella is also missing somehow. While this could easily be down to none other than Caribou, it is highly likely that one of the bodies of Dr. Vegapunk is acting against him because they are known to not get along too well and each one of them has their own motives and personalities. The most likely suspects for this would be Lilith and Pythagoras. Lilith, being the evil within Vegapunk, is quite self-explanatory. Meanwhile, Pythagoras, being the wisdom of Vegapunk, could very well think that he knows better than the others and sabotage the plan to leave with the Straw Hat Pirates. One Piece 1075 might not reveal the identity of the perpetrator, however, it could still build on this existing plotline quite a bit. One Piece 1075, The Navy closes in. The Navy has been closing in on Egghead Island for quite a while now. While fans got a look at Admiral Kizaru and St. J. Garcia Saturn very recently, the previous chapter had no mention of them at all. It is possible that One Piece 1075 will most likely show either one of them as they close in on the island. After all, it must be remembered that Kizaru and his ships have been sailing for quite a while and should now be close to Egghead. As such, they could be arriving on the island at any time. Fans saw world government soldiers fighting against Mk3 Pacifista in the previous chapter, and this could be an indication that the world government and the Navy fleet is arriving soon. Interestingly, Oda purposely left behind Luffy and Zoro in the previous chapter while the others went to look for Stella. Luffy and Zoro will likely be the ones to take on any big enemies that come to the island. Meanwhile, Sanji will most likely be the one leading the group to hunt for Stella and be key in the plot to save him. One Piece 1075 could thus advance all of these plotlines and, as such, be key in the Egghead Island arc, as these are major developments that will come sooner or later. One Piece 1075, Kuma's past continues. Bartholomew Kuma is a character whose past was explored briefly in the previous chapter. Finally, after decades of waiting, fans got a glimpse of what his life was like in the past. However, due to the trauma being too much for Bonnie to handle, the flashback stopped immediately. She then resolved to see the entire memory bubble of his father and, as such, the flashback with Kuma is likely going to continue. If Oda does tackle the flashback in its entirety, it will likely span over a significant amount of the chapter and the 1s that follow as well. If that is indeed the case, Kuma's flashback could be coming towards the end of One Piece 1075. That would allow Oda the opportunity to flesh out other plotlines before finally diving into this incredible flashback that fans have been waiting for since ages now. Kuma is a character that all the fans adore, and Oda is certainly going to do him justice when his flashback finally begins in its entirety. One Piece, the hidden truth about the Gorosei fans missed. The Gorosei are known to be an incredibly high power in the world of One Piece. To the common people of the One Piece world, the Gorosei are the highest known authority, as they are the highest ranking of the celestial dragons who basically control the entire world and how it is run. However, fans now know that there is an even higher authority who rules as the king of the world, and this person is known by the name of Emu. Emu's authority supersedes that of even the Gorosei, and they serve this mysterious person, as seen over the course of the reverie and the arcs that followed. The five elders hold tremendous importance in One Piece, and the fact that one of them has now entered the fray and descended upon the Blue Sea just goes to show that One Piece is truly in its final saga and tackling the most important of the events. With the reveal of the name of one of the five elders revealed as J. Garcia Saturn in the previous chapter, it has now been established that the Gorosei have a deep connection to the planets of the real world, as evident from the name. The Gorosei and the planets. The most important bit about the Gorosei is actually present in their name itself. Gorosei literally translates to five elder stars or five elder planets. Given that one of them is named Saturn, it can now be assumed that the other four are named after planets as well. It is a known fact that the people of the One Piece world live on planet Earth, and so it is most likely not included among the Gorosei, which would mean the remaining of the elders will most likely be named Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, with Saturn, who was recently revealed, being the fifth and final elder star. In ancient times, only 5 planets were believed to be observable from Earth, Earth, and these planets were thought to be revolving around planet Earth itself. If the Gorosei are the 5 planets, then the one they worship would be the Earth, and, in this case, that would be the sovereign of the world, Imu. Earth represents Mother Nature, and what's interesting is the fact that if the word Imu is spelled backwards, it literally translates to Mother Sea in Japanese. Mother Sea is the reincarnation of nature itself and, as recently mentioned by Dr. Vegapunk, hates those who have consumed devil fruits since they go against the natural order of things. This is why they end up sinking into the ocean. This clearly implies that Oda based the power of the world government on this olden model that was once followed in the real world as well. Imu is Mother Nature or planet Earth, while the 5 elders are the 5 planets orbiting around it. This also ties directly into the struggle for power between the ancient kingdom and the 20 kings, the sun and the old gods. What's even more shocking is the fact that One Piece's connection to these celestial bodies had already been drawn long ago. Fans knew quite a while ago that the races of Shandia, Burka, and Skypia come directly from the moon. After running out of resources, they descended to the Earth and decided to settle there. Initially, only the Skypians and the Birkons lived on the Sky Islands, while the Shandians lived on the Blue Sea. However, thanks to the knock upstream, they were knocked into the sky as well. More importantly, it was recently revealed that Luffy is none other than the sun god himself. This is especially interesting when compared to the deity that the Gorosei currently worship, and that is the Earth. In ancient times, it was believed that the Earth was at the center and these 5 geocentric bodies revolved around it. However, it was then later found out that the sun is actually at the center of the universe, with all the planets revolving around it. What's more, the 3 ancient weapons that were created by the people of the ancient kingdom also draw connections to the planets. Uranus, the only one of the ancient weapons to not have been revealed yet, holds the name of a planet. Meanwhile, Poseidon or Neptune is yet another power that fans already know as an ancient weapon in the One Piece world. Finally, Pluton draws a connection to Pluto, the last planet in the solar system. All of these planets actually revolve around the sun, meaning Luffy, being the sun god, needs to dismantle the current system and replace it with the new in the actual order. This will only happen when Luffy, who is the sun god, will bring about a dawn that will enlighten the entire world. The final war in One Piece is fast approaching, and it's time for the fans to get excited. With reveals such as this, fans can rest assured that One Piece will never cease to be fascinating. That's a wrap for this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more amazing videos very soon.
強力な海賊たちが新世界へ押し寄せCome on! Motor